My name is Ravi, and I come from a small village in Uttar Pradesh called Bhairampur. It's the kind of place where everyone knows each other's name and news travels faster than the wind. Our village is known for its age-old crafts, especially pottery. You'd find rows of beautiful clay pots lined. There was one potter among us, Raju Kumbhar, who had hands blessed by God himself. Even the smoothest clay danced to his fingers. His work was so fine that people from nearby towns like Chunar and Mirzapur would come looking for his handiwork. But Raju had a problem. He was lazy. Not just the "I need a little rest" kind of lazy. I mean the "Kaal kare so aaj kare so parson" type. The well, sipping chai, gossiping and laughing, while his unfinished pots sat drying in the sun, some even cracking from neglect. He always had an excuse. Bhai, there's time. Festival is still a week away. Or, arre yaar, काम तो कभी भी हो जाएगा, पहले थोड़ा सुकून ले ले. We all warned him. His own father, old Bhola Kumbhar, would scold him in front of everyone. बेटा, मिट्टी ठंडी हो जाती है, लेकिन वक्त गर्म ही रहता है. Once it's gone, you can't mold it again. But Raju would just laugh and say, Baba, you worry too much. Then came the day that changed everything. It was the week before Diwali, and the village Pradhan announced that a government officer was visiting to buy handmade items for a state-level exhibition. Whoever's pots were selected would receive a cash prize and a contract to supply to government stores. This was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Every artisan in the village started working double shifts. Chunnu, the carpenter, didn't even go home for lunch. Sita Devi, the Rangoli artist, was painting like her hands were on fire. But Raju, he said, "Itna bhi kya bhag daud? Officer ko to mere hi ghade pasand aayenge. I'll start tomorrow." And the next day, he slept in. And the day after that, he was at the riverside playing cards with Bittu and Munna. By the time he finally sat down at his wheel, there were only 2 days left. He rushed through the work, skipping steps, didn't let the clay settle, didn't dry the pots properly, and didn't smoothen the edges. We could all see it, his usual grace, his signature touch, missing. When the officer arrived, everyone gathered in the school courtyard where all the handmade items were displayed. You should have seen the variety. Colorful diyas, carved wooden toys, hand-woven baskets, and of course, the clay pots. The officer inspected each piece carefully. When he reached Raju's stall, I could see the pride in Raju's eyes. But when the officer picked up one of his pots, it cracked at the rim. The second pot had a rough, unfinished base. The third wobbled. The officer raised an eyebrow and moved on without saying a word. That evening, the results were announced. Sita Devi's rangolis were selected. So were the wooden toys by Chunu and even the hand fans made by Meera, a widowed woman who worked day and night. But Raju's name, not even mentioned. For the first time, I saw his smile fade. He quietly packed his unsold pots, carried them back home, and didn't say a word to anyone. That night, while I was passing by his house, I saw something unusual. The faint sound of a potter's wheel turning. At night, I peeked in. There he was, Raju, alone under the dim lantern light, shaping clay with quiet intensity. The next morning, he came to me and said, "Ravi, kal raat ne mujhe jaga diya. I always thought I had time. Lekin waqt kisi ka intezar nahi karta." From that day, everything changed. Raju started waking up with the sun. His wheel never stopped spinning. During winters, he'd sit by the kiln, wrapped in a shawl, checking the temperature like a scientist. His pots got even better. They had soul in them. The next year, when the same exhibition came around, Raju's work was not just selected, it was displayed right in front of the governor's stall. He was invited to Lucknow and they printed his name in the newspaper. Raju Kumbar, from laziness to legacy. Now, when young boys in the village waste time, their parents don't need to lecture them. They just say one line, "Bhai, Raju Kumbar yaad hai?" And that's enough. I often tell this story to children during gatherings because sometimes one broken pot is enough to mold a whole life.